what's up YouTube? For today's video, with a full final Grass Evolution Starters team, we have got Venusaur, Meganium, Sceptile, Torterra, Superior, Chestnut, Decidueye, Rillaboom, Meowscarlet, and Decidueye Hisuian. Feels like I'm doing the poker rap or something. I'm going to be using all these Pokemon in today's video. We got a nice fat video for today. I know I haven't uploaded a theme team in a little bit, so I wanted to give you something special. We've got 6 battles in today's video. What is your favorite final grass starter evolution? Leave it below in the comment section. I'd like to see which one is the most popular. I quite like Torterra. I want to say probably Torterra is my favorite. First battle here, this is a random battle. This is against, I think it was Monster or Moncia. That was the name. We got a Pelipper lead here. Now, this is a Pipnite special. We got a Trick Room Service, Meowscarlet, and this Pelipper was actually a very, very big counter to the rest of my team. This Meowscarlet was a Trick Room set, so I had Max Health, and I had Max Attack, Brave Nature, 0 IVs in Speed, and Room Service as the item. So Meowscarlet, even with Brave Nature, is a very, very fast Pokemon. So I had to drop its speed even more. And then even sometimes, right, it would still get outsped. The other moves have a Brick Break and Sucker Punch and Acrobatics. Now, this Acrobatics was going to come in absolute clutch here. What I'm going to do is go for Terra Flying. So we've got that Terra Flying Acrobatics. And I was thinking, all right, so they've got an Arachnid here. It's either going to go Liquidation or it's going to go Leech Life. And I thought, there's a pretty good chance we'll go for Leech Life. So I went for the Terra Flying. Absolute perfection play there. We've got the Acrobatics coming here. Super effective. And I absolutely guarantee they never saw that one coming. And that is the end of Metroid. That was a good game. I played this game on 3DS. It was called Metroid Prime Hunters. Anyone played that before? It's a very, very old game. Next one we got here is Loctite. That's like a glue, right? To keep the, I'm pretty sure I've used Loctite before. It's like Loctite, Gorilla Glue. One time when I was a little kid, right? This is no cap, right? I just got beaten by a Gastrodon, by the way. I put, it was kind of like a super glue, and I stuck my fingers together, and it was so difficult to get them apart. They were stuck together for like an entire day. Next Pokemon we got is Rillaboom, and we got a special Pipnite special here. We got Boom Burst, Earth Power, Energy Ball, and Snarl with a Throat Spray. Now, this Gastrodon was actually a real big threat to my team. Funnily enough, it was probably the least, I was looking at the team preview before this battle. Obviously, you can see what kind of team they're running here. I was like, well, Gastrodon's probably going to be, the least worrying Pokemon. At this point in time, it was like a very, very big threat because it had Sludge Bomb and it outsped my Pokemon under Trick Room. That was the only disadvantage of, Meowscarlet fainting early. Quite a few of my Pokemon would still outspeed. So I swapped out the Rillaboom. I'm going to use that a little bit later. And we're going to go into Decidueye Hisuian. Now, this set was a Pipnite special. Loctite going to go for that little gluey Sludge Bomb. And I'm going to become unstuck here. So we got a Substitute Focus Punch Double Team Reset. This is pure scum. The item is going to be Bright Powder. Now, this, I've got a surprise for you all, right? Make sure you keep watching this entire video because at the in the last bits of the video there is some pure salt, right? I'm just going to give you a little bit of a taste there. Trust me, it's going to be worth watching. All right, anyway, we're going to Rotom Washer. It's almost time to do my washing again. That reminded me. We're going to go for a double team substitute focus punch here. So Rotom's going to go for a Thunder Wave here. I tried to plug the washing machine in, but I got zapped, and I flew across the room, but I'm still fine. Anyways, we're going to go for a sub here to get that dub. So we got that sub, we got max health and max attack EVs, and I'm going to be going for a focus punch. Now, it's got the ability Scrappy, so it can land attacks on every type of Pokemon. I really wanted to get some damage on this Pelipper, so I knew Pelipper would come back in there to reset the rain again with Drizzle, so I'm going to be tight in that focus. Now, with the substitute up, I'm not going to lose my focus, and maybe if I can get a few misses, I can, keep going for the focus punch. So, pretty good damage there, considering Pelipper resists that, and I'm going to be able to get another one up too, even if it goes like Hurricane or, whatever. I knew it would be very, very scary Pokemon. So instead of going for Hurricane, Pelipper's going to go for a Roost there. So it's got a lot of its health back. So I'm like, okay, at least it's going to be neutral because it removes its flying type for that turn. And I get a ginormous thumping, throbbing crit. And that took out Pelipper. So that was excellent there. Very, very good. Now the next Pokemon we got is, I don't know what these nicknames mean, by the way. So if anyone wants to enlighten me in the comment section, session, help a boy out. So we got we got that Focus Punch. We've got Primarina coming in here. Primarina's going to go for the Moonblast. I was actually a little bit worried it might have a sound-based move and bypass my substitute, but it's got Moonblast instead, so that was, pretty good. So I can go for a Focus Punch here. It actually does a really good amount of damage, so I was like, maybe I'll risk it, right? I'll risk it for the biscuit, right? Nothing like a nice good biscuit and a cup of tea. So I'm going to go for Focus Punch. Moonblast says miss, which is going to allow me to get another Focus Punch off here, and unfortunately I'm just going to miss the KO, but man, that was really, really good. So I went for a third one. I was like, all right, let's get another miss here. It's going to be amazing. And of course, Primarina is going to land the Moonblast. But how about that Decidueye Pip Knight special set? That actually was pretty good. So that's the end of that. And we can send in like probably any other Pokemon to finish this off. We got Rillaboom on a small amount of health. Now the opponent is actually going to have Aqua Jet on their Primarina, which is a little bit of a surprise. And yeah, it doesn't faint me, but it does a little bit of damage. I've got my Energy Ball here, and that's going to be enough to take out the Primarina. Unfortunately, I already used up my Throat Spray earlier on. This Rillaboom, let me bring this up. This was max speed and max special attack, Timid Nature. So in comes I don't even know what that means. Anti-sped. Actually, I'm lost. I have no idea what that means. Anyway, so it's going to go for Hex, and that's going to hit me in the pecs. That's the end of the Rillaboom. Half my team is now gone. Also, people, enjoying the videos, people, if you like the content, if you want to support the channel, make sure you do hit that like button. It helps out an absolute ton, right? And of course, tell me what your favorite final evolution is. Mine is Torterra. What's yours? I'm actually quite interested to see who the most popular one would be. We're going to go for a physical Meganium here. Now, this actually worked pretty well. We've got Jolly Nate, so max speed and max attack. We've got the Bullet Seed and Loaded Dice combination, and I've also got Earthquake and Terra Fire. So it actually did very, very well on a lot of battles, because a lot of people didn't really expect a physical attack, like a more speedier physical attacking Meganium. It actually did very, very nicely. So that's the end of Rotom Washer. Then Bullet Seeds went down the drain. We got, I seriously don't know what I hope they're nothing bad or anything, but anyway, we got this Earthquake Meganium. They're going to pop an Ice Beam here. Obviously, that's going to do a lot of damage, but I'm able to live that because Meganium is very, very thick. It's got some nice bulk to it, and that's the end of the Empoleon. So I'm in quite a commanding position here. However, my opponent has not. It's still got the Loctite glue. I was like, all right, what's the Terra? I know they're going to go for a Terra. I was so close here. I'm not joking. I was going to go for a Earthquake, thinking they may have Terra Poison, and they did Terra Poison. I was like, are you serious? So I should have gone for Earthquake. My gut told me to go for it, but I went for Bullet Seed instead. And yeah, you should, that's a lesson in life, people. You should always listen to your gut feelings, right? So I'm going for Bullet Seeds here on the lock. They're getting a little bit stuck in the glue. It's like this purple glue. It's very poisonous, right? Very, very poisonous. Anyway, so we're getting some pretty good damage there on Bullet Seed anyway. So I'm like, all right, well, I still got a couple of Pokemon left. We got 5 hits. That's pretty good. Now it's going to go for Sludge Bomb. So Terra Poison, Sludge Bomb. So this is actually a pretty damn good counter on my team because they're all grass types. So that's Meganium down. I've got 2 more Pokemon. So all right, we'll go on to Gen 5s, hopefully staying alive. This is superior. This is definitely the best Pokemon on my team. However, this Gastron has me pretty much beat here. I don't think I can actually beat it, but I was thinking maybe I could go for a couple of Twister Fleeches here. We got Twister, Terra Blast, Fire, Leaf Storm, and Swift. I tried to kind of balance out its really good moves and stuff like, Leaf Storm and Contra is very strong. So I'm going for Twister. I did a solid 2 damage. Here comes the Sludge Bomb again, and I know this is going to do a lot of damage, and I managed to live. So like, okay, fair enough. I'm just going to go for Leaf Storm now. Let's see what the difference between Twister and Leaf Storm is. I reckon Leaf Storm's going to do a little bit more, but not too much more. So I got Poison as well, go figure, and yeah, it does a little bit more. So maybe I should have gone for the Leaf Storm first, but I definitely wasn't going to feign at the next turn, and it also had Recover as well, so an excellent counter to my Superior. So there was no way I was ever going to be able to beat that. Now, obviously, I had no real options there. I had a Grass move, a normal move. So I went for Terra Blast to show you how much damage it was going to do anyway. So there was no way I was taking Gastron. Absolutely no way. They're just going to stall their Recover. They're very lucky that I was poisoned too, because I wouldn't have been able to, keep going for Recover there. So once again, some very good luck on their part. So that's the end of the Superior. So I've got 1 more Pokemon left, and that is the Decidueye, normal Decidueye. Now, what I did with these Pokemon here, since I had 10 Pokemon, I sort of just split them between all the battles and such, right? So this is a special set, Nasty Plot. So let's go for some Nasty Plot Hurricanes here, and let's see what we can do. So I've got Rain Dance as my other move too on this Ijai, and it went pretty well. So Sludge Bomb does absolutely nothing. I was like, oh, I can go for a Hurricane here. Hurricane misses. I'm like, oh, are you serious? So now they're going to get like another Sympathy 3 hit against me. So the opponent's getting very lucky, and they're going to land another Sludge Bomb. I missed 2 Hurricanes in a row. So there we go, that's the end of the battle. There's nothing I could have done about that. Unfortunately, it was a skill issue there, so the opponent won with some very good luck in the end there. I really outplayed them at the start, like basically the first 90% of the battle, but those last couple of misses there pretty much just gave them the win on a silver platter. But still a really good battle. I wanted to show you that to you as well. That was a good one. Thank you to the battle, whoever that was. If any of my opponents ever watched the battle, let me know in the comment section too. And go buy yourself a nice little lotto ticket. Second battle here. We got some sort of, I believe this is a random battle on the Poké Portal. We got a Gengar going for Curse. I was like, woo. I thought they may actually swap out here. That's why I went for Focus Blast, because, my ability Bulletproof, blocking Ball and Bomb moves, Shadow Ball and Sludge Bomb. Very, very good counter. And even Focus Blast, right? So it's going to have Dazzling Gleam, and I went for Mud Shot. So I was a little bit unfortunate because it lived on 1 health. I was like, come on. So I'm not going to be able to outspeed it, and I'm going to faint to the Curse anyway. So that was a bit unfortunate. I did a little bit of an over-prediction at the start, but I thought it wasn't a bad prediction because I've got Blunder Policy as the item. So if I do miss it and stuff like that, I still get a speed boost. So the Gengar's going to swap out on 1 health, and we got the Snorlax coming in. There's absolutely I don't even know how these nicknames get through, like, seriously. So I'm going for Bullet Seed here on the Snorlax. I'm hitting it profusely with multiple seeds in a row, so we got, like, a Sword Dance and Bullet Seed combination here. It's doing some really good damage. So I'm trying to get that 4 to 5 hits in a row. So Snorlax is going to be like a rollout, defense skill combination. It's not going to be able to get through my barrage of Bullet Seeds though. So that's the end of the Snorlax. Next Pokemon's going to be the Gengar. I was like, this is a Destiny Bond, and then he used Curse. I was like, okay, fair enough. So this turn, instead of going for an attacking move, I smelled a rat, you know what I mean? So I went for Sword Dance instead, expecting the Destiny Bond, but they got the Curse off. So I'm like, that's not a bad compromise there. +2 in attack. We're going to take a little bit of Curse damage here, which is fine. The next Pokemon to come is going to be Lizardo, which is going to be the Charizard. Charizard is going to use Belly Drum. I was like, oh no, this is bad, because like my entire team is weak to fire. So Charizard's going to have a Citrus Berry. I remember doing Charizard or Bellyzard back in, like, was it Gen 4? Like the Salic Berry Charizard. It's like such an old school kind of set. Anyway, so we're going to go for Bullet Seed here. There's absolutely nothing I can do at all. Like Earthquake doesn't affect it. Terra Blast is going to do donkeys. I mean, Bullet Seed's going to do donkeys too, but at least it is stab and it hits 4 times. So Charizard's also going to have Flame Charge. Like, bugger, I don't think I can outspeed this now. I think this is game, It's such a great counter to my team. So I went to Gen 3, which is going to be Sceptile, and Sceptile has 1 chance of, actually outspeeding this. So we got a Shed Tail, Endure, Acrobatics, Drain Punch set. It's a Pigmite special, and it's also got Lychee Berry as the item. I was kind of hoping I had Salic Berry, but that's the thing. It is what it is, right? So Charizard's obviously going to go for Flame Charge again. That's going to put me on 1 health. Now, with the Unburdened ability, my base speed is going to double. So like, ooh, I wonder who's going to outspeed who here, because I'm running an Adamant Sceptile here for a little bit more base attack, and thank goodness I outspeed, because I would have been forced to go for some Terra there, and even a resisted Terra would have got hit very hard by Charizard's +6 in attack. So the battle continues. Next Pokemon's Dragonite. I thought they may go for a extreme speed, but they didn't. They went for a Dragon Dance instead. So and one more threat and another one comes in, So we've got a D-Dance Dragonite here. I'm sure it's going to have extreme speed, and it's going to use it the second turn, and it's going to have normal gem as well. So the greatest use of normal gem there on the planet, and that is going to be of the Sceptile. Max attack and max speed. Adam Nature was the EV spread there. Also had Drain Punch for steel types. Next Pokemon is Venusaur. This is the thickest Venusaur on the West. This is absolutely disgusting, by the way. This is like a really, really bulky set. So I've got Terra Electric, I've got Ingrain, Leech Seed, Giga Drain, and Toxic, and I've also got Leftovers. So there is so much suck on this Venusaur, like you can't even imagine it, right? There's that much suck. So we got that Ingrain, Leech Seed, and Leftovers, and Giga Drain as well. So there's a lot happening here at the moment. So Dragonite's going to go for a Terra Dragon. So like, all right, well, obviously it's going to go for Terra Blast or Dragon Claw, and they're going to use Dragon Rush, and it landed, and I was like, bugger, this is going to do a lot of damage. And this Venusaur was max health, max defensive EV, so that was the only reason I lived that, you know, because like Dragonite drops really, really hard. The attack stat is very, very good. So yeah, I've got Calm Nature, and I've got max health and max defense. So it's a very, very thick Venusaur. The reason I gave it, you're probably curious why I gave it Terra Electric. The reason I gave it Terra Electric is so I'm only weak to one type, being ground. And you know, what's a ground type going to come and do? Come and swap into a Venusaur using Giga Drain? You know what I mean? So it's a very, very well thought out kind of stall he said there. That's the end of my Venusaur, but it really sort of shook that Dragonite up, you know, with the Toxic and the Leech Seed. Next Pokemon's going to be Torterra. I'm thinking to myself, I don't know if I can get a Shell Smash off here, because we got a Pin-Ride special here. We got Shell Smash, Earth Power, Giga Drain, and Terra Blast Water. So I'm thinking to myself, I go for Giga Drain or I go for Shell Smash. I was like, nah, I'm just going to go for the Giga Drain here. So I went for Earth Power because Dragonite's typing change, and I took it out. So that's all good. That Dragon Rush, I don't know, would have been very close. Like, what a Terra Dragon. It would have been very close to take out my Torterra. Torterra's got good base defense on top of that too. So in comes Blastoise. I thought they said Ginyu, like from like Dragon Ball Z, like the squad. And I'm going to get hit by an Ice Beam. I knew I wouldn't live that anyway, so I thought it's better to get some damage than none, right? So that's the end of my Torterra. Next Pokemon I got is going to be Superior. That Torterra as well, if you're curious, was Modest Nature and max speed and max special attack. And Shell Armor as the built-in White Herb is the item. So Blastoise is going to get dropped by Superior. I've now got a massive special attack boost here. Out comes Lettuce Leaf. It's a Venusaur, and we're going to go for that Terra Fire. So Venusaur is going to, you know, get hit very, very hard with this. Plus, my opponent has already gone for a Terra too, so I know they can't go into their, you know, they probably have Terra Fire on their Venusaur as well, because that, you know, that works very nicely on Venusaur. So I can go for a +2 Terra Blast, Terra Fire Superior, and this is going to drop Venusaur in one shot. Very, very nice, and that is the end of the game there. That Charizard and Dragonite were very, very scary though. Johnny or Jody, I'm not sure. Thank you for the battle. If you ever see this video, thank you for the battle. And let's get on to battle number 3. This one is against Nairi. I'm not really sure how to say that. This is actually a really cool team. So we've got this. This is like a team of like sort of like not baby, but like middle evolution Pokemon. So it's quite interesting. So we've got a Hakamo leader. It's going to go for that D-Dance. I'm thinking here, well, it's probably got Everlight. Let's go for a Focus Miss here. Anyway, it is Special Chestnut, so it's probably not going to do lots. Yeah, it's about a 2-hit KO, so it wasn't bad. So here comes Ironhead. Now, Chestnut's got some fat defense, and you know, it is a Hakamo, so I managed to get a couple of Focus Misses off there. I was actually trying to get a speed boost with Blunder Policy, but you know, to get a miss. But yeah, of course, with Blunder Policy, whenever you want to try and get a miss, it never happens. And when you don't have it, you know, obviously you miss every time. So here comes Metang. It's got Zen Headbutt. It's going to be super effective. Focus Miss actually misses that time, which is good. So now I'm going to get my +2 in speed, which is rather good. This Chestnut is actually, sorry, I was max health and max special attack Modest Nature, so I thought it wasn't. It didn't really need anything in speed or too much in speed. So Metang's got Zen Headbutt. That's going to be enough to take me out there. And I'd say this is probably an Everlight Metang as well. So yeah, very good little Everlight Pokemon is Metang. Cool shiny too. We're going to go into Meganium. I thought this would be prime time to set up the Sword Dance and then go for Earthquake. I know that I can leave virtually anything this thing even does. Unfortunately for me, it's going to have Rock Tomb. The critical hit was not that much of a bother, but it was the speed drop, you know. Now I'm going to get outsped by the Metang. It lands a Meteor Mash. No attack rise, though, and Earthquake is going to faint it. So my Meganium was set up there to go for a sweep, but since it's got that, you know, that -1 in speed, now this Arctibax is probably going to be able to outspeed it. But then I went first. So I was like, I wonder what they're going to do. So it's a Dragon Tail phasing set. I was like, okay. So Meganium swapping out. Good thing there's no Stealth Rocks on the field or anything. Maybe they had plans of that with Metang. Tang. I'm not sure. Like, I'm trying to think, like, what Pokemon they've used so far. That wouldn't be all that bad. Now, Arctibax is going to go for an Icicle Crash. That does good damage to Venusaur. I am very, very bulky, and I got flinched too. So I'm like, oh, that really sucks. Because what I was trying to do, I was actually trying to get the... I think I was going to go for the Toxic and then the Leech Seed, or like go for Toxic and then Giga Drain. This was a little bit of a problem. I don't know whether it's got Rest or anything either. So, yeah, it's going to go for Dragon Tail. Again, it's going to phase me out on 69 health, and Venusaur is going to be swapping. Now, the next Pokemon to come in is going to be my Meganium, which already has a little bit of low health. I can go for Bullet Seed, or I can go for Earthquake. I don't think I can feign it from this range. No, whatever move I go for. So I just went for Earthquake, and it did nothing. Like, this is an extremely bulky Pokemon. Unfortunately for my opponent, they got a Icicle Crash miss there. So that really sucked because they absolutely would have fainted my Meganium on, on that small amount of health. So definitely some bad luck there. But I guess my Venusaur got flinched earlier on, so it's sort of like, made up for that too. So next Pokemon I got is going to be, I was going to say Dragapult. Baby Dragapult's going to go for an Outrage here, and that is the end of Meganium. This Pokemon's actually quite a decent Everlight one too. So I think we've got it's either an Everlight, like a good Everlight team, or like, I don't know, some sort of like a middle evolution theme team. So anyway, it's going to go for Outrage. Venusaur's not going to live that one. I was kind of hoping I'd live it badly, but nope. That's the end of that. Next Pokemon I got is Sceptile. Now, I've got Shed Tail in this set, and I thought I'd make use of it. So we're going to go for a Shed Tail and swap into another Pokemon. Usually I try to do this for a setup for another Pokemon like Superior or something like that. Like I terrify the Superior earlier on, swap it out, then go with Sceptile with the Shed Tail on Superior, and then set up the Leaf Storm. But I wasn't able to do it at this stage. So we've got a confusion here. Which is good. Hopefully I can retain the sub here, and it's going to use Curse instead. So another person using Curse, which is pretty cool. So they've put a Curse on themselves, and that's actually pretty smart because even though my Torterra is setting up here, they've put that Curse is bypassing the Substitute. So if I get a sweep here, well, I can get like a mini sweep, but I'm going to have to swap it out, otherwise Torterra is going to faint like eventually, So I've got that special attack boost, and of course the speed boost too, which is going to be good. Torterra isn't super duper fast, but after a Shell Smash, it is pretty quick. So White Herb is going to be activating here, and we're going to get hit by the Curse. So I can live, well, let's have a look at this. Like, after this, I can leave, like, I can get one more attack off. Or, sorry, two more attacks off, and then I'm going to faint. So, Earth Power is good enough to take that out, which is good. And we got two middle evolution Pokemon left. I want to say probably the best Everlight Pokemon out there. I'd say it definitely has to be Porygon 2, I would say. Porygon 2 or Chansey, Munchlax. They're so bulky, Next Pokemon's going to be Trevenant. I'm going to go for Earth Power here on Trevenant. There's not a lot I can really do. That was still pretty good damage there, right? So I'm going to die to Curse this turn, and the Trevenant is going to go for a Growth. So it's going to get an attack and a special attack boost, which is interesting. So I don't know whether it's going to be physical or special, or it may even be mixed, that could be interesting. Maybe they've got Sunny Day on there too to try and like increase those stats, and then couple it with Harvest. That could definitely work too. So I'm going to go for Endure here. I want to see what the sort of attacking move it's got. Obviously it has one, and they're going to go for Poltergeist, and it's going to be attacking me. Obviously my Lychee Berry is going to be revealed there. So that's going to put my Sceptile on 1 HP, and I'm going to get an attack boost there. So now Acrobatics is going to be at full base power. I've got a free +1 in attack, and this is going to really, really hurt. That's going to be enough to take out the Trevenant. A really cool shiny though, Trevenant. I love it shiny. It's probably, I'd say it's one of the best shinies in that generation or in the game. Next Pokemon is Dinobug. I was like, maybe this has first impression, so what I'll do here, I can go for Endure, and I'll Endure that attack, and then I'll hit them with Acrobatics. So I'm going to go for Endure. They got their little boost of energy there, and what the attack they're going to use is Brick Breaks. Like, okay, so maybe they didn't, obviously they didn't have first impression, or they thought, well, I already had Endure, so like it didn't really matter anyway because I was going to fake them, and that's the end of the battle. So it's like almost a full middle evolution team there. Then we have the Slitherwing at the end. So really cool team. I enjoyed that battle. Let's go on to battle number 4. This is a battle against Sydney. I think most of these battles I had were on the poker portal too. So, or I think I may have had one or two of them on stream. I'm not really sure. But if I did battle you in one of these battles here, let me know in the comment section. I always like to, hear if I did. If you want to explain the movesets and stuff like that, maybe I predicted and got it wrong what it was. Let me know. So next battle here, we got a little Timmy Terra right on turn 1 there with the Terrapaga. So. This Pokemon's going to be thick. I actually went for a protein brick break. Solid damage there. When you think about it, that was good damage. Now, interesting enough, they're going to have an eject button. Now, I don't really know what they're trying to do with the eject button on that Pokemon. I'm not really sure what they're straight. I mean, I've got a few ideas, but nothing's like concrete yet. So we've got the Gouging Fire coming in here. It's going to go for Burning Bulwark. And yeah, I went for Trick Room this turn because I sort of did expect that. Plus, I wanted to see if I get my Meowscarter strategy to go. Now, I need to take a quick sip here, people. My throat is getting a little bit sore. Just having a nice sip of my G Fuel. Code SALT for a 20% off on your order. Check it out in the description. Okay, that was very refreshing. I had me some nice fruit punch. So we're gonna go for Acrobatics. Obviously, this thing has insane defense, so that's going to feint me. But at least I dented it right. I was thinking how I'm gonna get around this too. Being a fire Pokemon. So I'm going into Rillaboom here. This Rillaboom, as you know, is a special set. They're gonna go for Burning Bulwark again. That's not gonna matter. I guess they're just sort of seeing what moves I've got in there. They're probably not expecting a special set. Yep. So we got that Boom Burst going. Now that's going to obviously get protected, and they're going to outspin me, go for Raging Fury, and yeah, that's the end of my Rillaboom. So I'm in a lot of trouble here. I'm in a lot of trouble. At least the Trick Room has gone. Next Pokemon's going to be Decidueye. I thought, well, maybe I can help out my team here by going for Rain Dance, and then I can maybe go for, I might be able to go for a Terra Blast Water or something like that. I've got Hurricane on here too. At least that'll be 100% accurate. And with the Decidueye, I'm just looking up. I'm pretty sure I ran Damp Rock on this so I could extend the, let me have a look here. Yeah, okay, so I did have Damp Rock, and that's going to extend out the rain for 8 turns instead of 5. So they're going to go for Raging Fury in the rain. It still does so much damage in the rain. And yeah, that's the end of my Decidueye. So this is not looking good. I need a reversal needs to happen here, you know what I'm saying? So we're going to bring into the Meganium. I thought, well, I know that I can set up a Sword Dance here. They're going to swap into the staple I used when I was 3 years old, and I'm going to get hit by a Earthquake. Now, this Meganium actually can set up against this, possibly even 2 Sword Dances, depending on the move they're going to use, and they use Electroshocks. I'm like, oh, that's bad. So with Electroshock, they're going to be able to get a special attack boost and attack me straight away because it's raining. Normally, you got to wait 1 turn, so this is bad. So if they've got like a neutral move, like a steel move, like I'm going to be dead. So I have to feint this right now. So that's going to be the end of the Staple Arts. Very, very good there. So that's 1 Pokemon down. Next, we got his Terrapagas. Now, I can hit this with a Bullet Seed. I was like, this should do pretty good damage. So there's 1. We got 2. I was like, ooh, it's going to be very close. There's 3. There's 4. And there's 5. It was so close. Now they're going to go for a Zen Headbutt. I'm thinking, I should be able to live this, like, pretty well. And I lived it very, very well. So I'm guessing they've got all their investment just in purely in bulk instead of, attack rate. It's such a beast in health. So that's the end of that. So we're coming in clutch here. Next Pokemon's going to be Raging Bolt. They're going to go and try and clap them cheeks. That does not nowhere near enough damage. And I can go for a +2 Earthquake. And that's going to do really good damage. Doesn't quite take it out, but very close. And I thought they may go for Raging Bolt again, but I knew that it was going to feint anyway, but maybe they could have got a crit there, but would have had to be very lucky. So we're getting a Meganium sweep at the moment. Like, we swept 3 Pokemon. They're going to try Gouging Fire again. Sorry, Burning Bulwark, but that's not going to matter at all. It's not going to work on Earthquake to burn me. And yeah, that's 4 Pokemon down. We've got a Meganium sweep at the moment. Can we get this? Next Pokemon's Petra, and I'm like, oh, it's going to be close. So I'm going for Earthquake here, and Petra just lives. Such a shame. That might have been the first Meganium sweep I've actually uploaded on YouTube. I don't know if I've uploaded a Meganium sweep before. I don't know. So a true Pip Night viewer would know that, has watched all my videos. But I feel like I haven't. I really feel like I haven't. I want to say I haven't. It's hard to, it really is hard to remember after doing like thousands of battles, right? Like I want to say tens and thousands of battles. Anyway, we're going to go into Superior. The time is right to go for a Leaf Storm. Even if they live there, I was obviously going to leave the Malignant Chain move. At least it would have been neutral, right? So that's the end of the Petra. We got one more Pokemon left, being the Ogerpon. And yeah, little Ogerpon not going to be able to live this one. We're at +2. So bye-bye Ogerpon. And that is a fat reversal for sure. We were getting spanked at the start of the battle. Meganium was the true MVP there. And, Superior sort of just did the cleanup. But yeah, crazy battle. Let's get on to battle number 5. I actually have no idea what the trainer name is. Maybe someone can translate that for me. And we've got a Deoxys attack lead. So this is scary. So I'm going to go for Giga Drain because this thing is not bulky by any stretch of the imagination. Here comes a Psycho Boost. And Torterra just barely lives that. And it's going to get a special attack drop and it's going to get a little KO as well. So that's the end of the Deoxys. And I got a fat amount of health back, which is good. I nearly said a fat amount of experience. I thought I was doing my Nuzlocke there for a second. Next Pokemon's going to be Miraidon. Now I thought, I might be able to live this. Let's go for a Shell Smash. It is what it is if it faints me. Now they're going to go for Outrage. I was like, ooh, I lived it. This is very, very good. So Torterra's going to get that Shell Smash up. So with +2, Torterra actually is fast enough to outspeed Miraidon, which is pretty cool. So Miraidon is going to, obviously we can use Earth Power against that. Will it take it out? It's going to be close, right? It does get a very big boost, and it is stab as well. So I thought, I've got a pretty good chance of actually fainting this. So I'm going to go for Earth Power here against the Miraidon, and Miraidon is going to get dropped like a sack of potatoes. So that's 2 Pokemon now. Things are going really good. Now, the next Pokemon with a legendary Spammer is going to be Eternatus. I'm like, oh, this is good. I can go for Earth Power again. So here we go. We're going to go for Earth Power. Drop like a stone. So that's 3 Pokemon down. So we are sweeping this legendary Spammer. Now, the next Pokemon to come are going to be Homeboy Zamazenta. And we're going to have that +1 in defense. But it doesn't matter because this is a special attacking set. So I'm going for Earth Power, and I dropped it as well. So I'm like, this is a Torterra set. The last 2 Pokemon were weak to ground, and they did a salty Rage Quit Baby Bottle, and that is the end of that battle. Let's get a like for that one, and let's get on to the last battle here. I'm not really sure who this is against either, if someone wants to translate it. We have a Petulant lead here. We're also on the Elite Four I love this background. Looks really, really good. I'll give it that credit there. So Decidueye, the set's the Scumbag Focus Energy, sorry, the Focus Punch set. So we're going to get that Evasiveness, and we're going to get Tauntus. And I'm like, well, I can't use any more double teams or stuff. That's a little bit of a shame. So I'm going to tighten my cheeks here, my focus, and we're going to go for Focus Punch. And Meowscarlet's going to go for an Iron Head. That's going to miss, which is really, really good with 1 double team. And here comes the Focus Punch. Oh, right in the face. And that is a KO. And that is also a fat Rage Quit as well. There you go, people. Hope you enjoyed today's video. I'll catch you next time. Peace out. Ta.